Peanut Gallery Comics, better than a punch to the throat. Comics and books and music too, even though we can't sing a note. Peanut Gallery Comics, miss 'em and you're out of luck.
Oh no.
'Cause despite what you see, the PGC don't suck.
Even if our jingles are lame.
Welcome to the Peanut Gallery Music Podcast. I'm Richard Scott. If you're listening to this, chances are good that you already know that Peanut Gallery Comics is the banner name to various projects, including music, books, and, believe it or not, comics. I decided to go with a different opening theme today because our usual theme music is theme from Uncle Willie's Happy Fun Place, and in a moment you'll finally get to hear the track in full. The strip, Uncle Willie's Happy Fun Place, was about a kid's show with a foul-mouthed puppet named Chevreau, who often ruined takes with his sexual innuendo and potty humor. His puppeteer was Uncle Willie, a soft-hearted old fellow in suspenders who tried to control Chevreau's darkest impulses, which tested the patience of their temperamental French director Chevy Chez. The strip was an experimental one and lasted only 20 strips before I returned to the other strips I had been doing. But you can read the entire run on Facebook or possibly at peanutgallerycomics.net, a website I've had to take to the shop more times than my 2003 Ford Eagle. The theme came to me in two parts, having both the main melody and the bridge melody in my ideas file, and I found I could merge the two into a whole. When it came to recording it, I discovered I didn't have the wah-wah sound I was looking for in my sound processor catalog, so I decided to just sing wah-wah instead. And that was pure serendipity, because using voices was much funnier than had the track been an actual instrumental. Although technically a demo recording this theme, if I ever made a real recording of it, would sound pretty much exactly like this.
Wow, 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 wow,
Another strip I did was called The Chimney, and it had a heady premise. It was about a chimney who fought crime. High concept, I know. Along with his sidekick Pedro, he fought villains like Dr. Doctor and Nurse Mame, Scary Harry Harry, Window Pane, and Party Pooper. This strip ran for a few years and built up some kind of following anyway, though it was sacrificed when the workload became too much. I did follow it up with a standalone origin issue, one of my best comics ever, I might add, and you can probably find that on Etsy. As for the theme song, I think the keyboard arrangement is clever, but otherwise not much to say about the composition or recording of this. It was the kind of song that wrote itself. Kidding, of course. I put a lot of blood and sweat and tears into it and deserve all the accolades you want to bestow upon me.
He's so cool that it makes you sick. Just one punch from him does the trick. Best of all, he's made of brick. Oh yes, they call him the Chimney, and he's smoking out evil in the brickmobile or on foot. He spreads criminals with his soot. Pedro joins him in hot pursuit. Oh, it's the Chimney and Pedro, and they're smoking out evil. Nurse Mame hasn't a chance. She will get a kick in the pants. Listen, Mr. Miss, they're hot on your trail. Scary Harry Harry's in jail.
Yeah.
Party Pooper is on the loose, but the Chimney will cook his goose. He and Pedro have got the juice, so they're the Chimney and Pedro, and they're smoking out evil. Bow, 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 bow.
Pow, 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 pow. Yeah.
Doctor, doctor is on the prowl, but the chimney will make him howl. Watch the doctor throw in the towel. Oh, it's the chimney and Pedro when they're smoking out evil. Window pane is broken, his glass, 'cause the chimney's kicking his butt. Listen, Mr. Miss, they're hot on your trail, and scary Harry Harry's in jail.
Yeah.
Doctor, doctor is on the prowl, but the chimney will make him howl. Watch the doctor lose control of his bowels. Oh, it's the chimney and Pedro and they're smoking out evil. Chimney and Pedro and they're smoking out evil. Chimney and Pedro and they're smoking out evil.
Yeah.
The Man in the Van is about an inventor named Stan, who travels 1976 America solving crimes with Dan, Fran, and Horace. Again, not much to add about the composition of the theme song, other than to point out that all the choir voices you hear at the end are mine, and it came out so impressively that even my ex-girlfriend was forced to say something nice about it. As for the strip, it has a complicated history, so I won't go into it here. If you're interested, feel free to pick up the Man in the Van Ash comic, available on Etsy. I can tell you that I had the concept as a little kid and was partially inspired by the tan van driven by my Uncle Alan and Aunt Carol. On those rare occasions that they drove up from the big city to visit, I would race to show them my latest Man in the Van comic, and being a good aunt and uncle, they would dutifully pat me on the head, give me words of encouragement, and send me on my way. One twist to this origin story: according to my Aunt Florence, my Uncle Alan and Aunt Carol never had a van, tan or otherwise. So either my masterpiece comic was invented due to a false and/or implanted memory, or I never had an Uncle Alan or Aunt Carol. Another mystery attached to The Man in the Van.
Bad guys, watch out, 'cause here he comes, bringing us hope on four wheels. Dealing out justice for everyone, driving down the roads of the truth, and that is for reals. His van, it can do many things that you won't believe. 76 is the year we bring many technological wonders you can't conceive. 'Cause he's the man in the van, driving all around this great big land, kicking ass, taking names, and making a stand. Villains may come, but they'll understand that while they're planning on breaking him, they're never shaking him. There's no mistaking, it's the man in the van. Well, he's righting the wrongs and everywhere he goes, maybe even in your hometown. Well, that's not likely, but then who knows? Certainly there's somewhere else stranger stuff has gone down. There are traveling with him 3 passengers, Fran and Horace and Dan. They are goodwill ambassadors, bringing everybody the peace of mind that they can. They're with the man in the van, driving all around this great big land, kicking ass, taking names, and making a stand. Villains may run, but they'll understand that while they're planning on shaking him, they're never breaking him. There's no mistaking, it's the man in the van. Man in the van, who people call Stan, such a debt to you we owe. Your van is so tan, with Horace and Dan, plan to take Fran and go. Driving across all America, San Francisco to Albany. This is the story I'm telling ya, even President Gerald Ford would have to agree that he's the man in the van, driving all around this great big land, kicking ass, taking names, and making a stand. Villains may come, but they'll understand that while they're planning on breaking him, they're never shaking him. There's no mistaking, it's the man in the van. Said he's the man in the van, driving all around this great big land, kicking ass, taking names, and making a stand. Villains may run, but they'll understand that while they're planning on shaking him, they're never breaking him. There's no mistaking, he's the man in the van. Oh yes, they're planning on breaking him, they're never shaking him. Make no mistake, and he's the man in the band. There's no mistaking, he's the man in the band. Man in the band. Band. He's the man in the band.
Finally, we come to my epic comic strip, Lucifer for Congress, about a long-shot Liberal candidate running a dark horse campaign in a deeply red district. The strip was one of my first, debuting in the Duluth Reader in 2003, and with a few hiccups and a brief publication switch, continues there to this day. If you're interested in the history of the strip, be sure to pick up Lucifer for Congress Anthology number 1 on Hulu, and then, because you'll want to complete the set, pick up the latest collection, The Trumpire Strikes Back, Lucifer for Congress Anthology 2, available on barnesandnoble.com. As for the theme music, I wanted something harkening back to the golden age of campaign songs, sometime in the 1950s through the 1970s. Believe it or not, there was a brief period in our politics where people wrote original songs for their candidates, not just co-opt a popular song off the oldies charts. You'll note that the song references the Iraq War, thereby dating it, but I wanted to graft the song to a particular era, much like songs from the Vietnam era are very much a product of their day. And I like the idea of the song being a time capsule. The follow-up version, the college douchebag version, was a pushback on the trend of sensitive 1990s-era singer-songwriters, which kind of dates that track as well. The only ones not getting dated are me and Lucifer.
He'll lead the way to victory, because he's just like you and me, and he'll bring tax equity. He's Lucifer for Congress, he understands the common man. You're gonna love his healthcare plan, and he'll beat back little Van.
What? Martin Van Buren, the president? That doesn't even make any sense.
So give him cash to help him run and protect the Constitution. We need his help like never before, 'cause he'll end the Iraq War. So here he comes to save the day. He'll help you keep your take-home pay, even though he might be gay.
Hey,
he's Lucifer
I'm not gay.
for Congress.
Who wrote this?
He's Lucifer for Congress.
I don't like this. I'm not gay. I just don't date much.
He'll light the way to victory, because he's just like you and me, and he'll bring tax equity. He's Lucifer for Congress. He understands the common man. You're gonna love his healthcare plan, and he'll do all that he can. He's Lucifer for Congress. So give a hand to help him run, to protect the Constitution. We need his help like never before, 'cause he'll help you if you're poor. So here he comes to save the day. He'll help you keep your take-home pay. So please listen when I say it's Lucifer for Congress. It's Lucifer for Congress. It's Lucifer for Congress. Lucifer. Congress. 4. Dig it. Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Again, you can find free downloads of all these songs on bandcamp.com and selected tracks at SoundCloud. Please follow Peanut Gallery Comics on YouTube and Facebook, and follow me on Blue Sky, Instagram, and or Threads. Until the next time, this is Richard Scott, and I'll see you on the funny pages.